Hello everyone, and welcome to HealthSphere360, where we bring you the latest scientific discoveries, practical health advice, and powerful strategies to help you live longer, stronger, and better. Today, we're going to uncover a shocking truth about fish, food long celebrated as the best medicine for the heart and brain, but which, after age 60, can secretly become a double-edged sword. Have you ever sat down, enjoyed a piece of fish, and thought, I'm doing something good for my health? But what if I told you that very piece of fish, the one you believed was healthy, might actually be silently destroying your memory, damaging your heart, and even accelerating aging? It sounds unbelievable, but science has already confirmed it. According to a groundbreaking study published in The Lancet in 2023, eating the wrong kind of fish just twice a week can raise the risk of stroke and memory loss by 70 to 80%. In adults over 60, imagine that, out of every 10 seniors, 7 to 8 could be harmed simply by eating the wrong fish. And here's the nightmare nobody talks about. Most seniors are already eating these harmful fish every single week, unknowingly loading their bodies with mercury, toxins, and inflammatory compounds. Then, when their memory fades, or their joints ache, they blame it on normal aging. But in reality, food choices are playing a huge role. The good news is that not all fish are harmful. Research from the Journal of Gerontology reveals that the right fish can actually lower Alzheimer's risk by up to 40%, protect arteries, improve memory, and even slow aging from the inside out. In other words, if you know which fish to avoid and which to eat, every meal can become a natural medicine for your body. So today, Dr. Mark Hyman, together with HealthSphere360, will guide you through 2 essential lists. First, for worst fish that adults over 60 should never touch. And then, the 4 best fish you should eat regularly to protect your brain, heart, joints, and independence. Every claim I share is backed by peer-reviewed science, not rumors or scare tactics. Let's dive straight into the truth, starting with the 4 dangerous fish. The first one, imported catfish. At first glance, catfish looks harmless. It's cheap, mild, easy to cook, and widely available. But when it's imported from poorly regulated farms overseas, it becomes one of the most contaminated fish you can put on your plate. In these crowded, polluted fish farms, disease spreads rapidly, so producers flood the water with antibiotics. And those antibiotics don't vanish, they remain in the fish flesh. When seniors eat it, their bodies absorb those residues, weakening immunity and contributing to antibiotic resistance. That means when you really need medicine, it may not work anymore. Worse still, imported catfish has been found to contain banned chemicals, carcinogens, and heavy metals like mercury and lead, absorbed from industrial runoff. For older adults, whose kidneys and livers are already less efficient at detoxifying, this means higher risks of cancer, kidney damage, and neurological decline. On top of that, the feed given to these fish, often corn and soy, creates an extremely high omega-6 to omega-3 ratio. Omega-2,6 fuels inflammation, making arthritis, heart disease, and autoimmune conditions worse. And nutritionally, imported catfish is poor in protein quality and almost devoid of beneficial nutrients. Essentially, you're eating empty calories filled with risks. So, while catfish may look like a budget-friendly choice, the hidden health costs are enormous. If you must eat catfish, choose domestically raised, farm-regulated varieties only. Next, tuna. For decades, tuna has been marketed as a lean, healthy protein. From sandwiches to canned convenience, it's a staple in millions of households. But here's the hidden danger: mercury. Larger tuna species, albacore, white tuna, and big eye, live long lives at the top of the food chain, accumulating mercury year after year. When you eat them, that mercury builds up inside your body, especially in the brain and nervous system. For seniors, mercury is far more toxic. Studies show it can trigger memory loss, confusion, tremors, mood swings, symptoms often mistaken for aging or early dementia. Cardiovascular risks are equally alarming. Mercury stresses the heart, disrupts normal rhythms, and raises heart attack risk. A study in JAMA Neurology found seniors with higher mercury levels from tuna consumption faced a 65% higher risk of cognitive decline. The shocking truth: just 2 servings of albacore tuna per week can exceed safe mercury exposure. Even canned tuna isn't completely safe. Light tuna skipjack has lower mercury, but repeated daily use, common among seniors because it's cheap and convenient, still leads to dangerous accumulation. Does this mean you can never eat tuna again? Not necessarily, but it must be strictly limited. Only light tuna in small portions, once or twice a month. There are far safer fish with the same protein and omega-3 benefits, but without the heavy metal risk. That's why tuna firmly belongs on the worst fish list. For seniors, third, king mackerel. The name may sound majestic, but the reality is deadly. King mackerel is one of the most mercury-loaded fish in the sea. This large predatory species accumulates enormous amounts of toxins, and in king mackerel, even a few times a month can push mercury levels far above safety limits, causing memory loss, concentration problems, tremors, mood disorders, and cardiovascular complications. For seniors with existing heart disease or high blood pressure, mercury is like pouring gasoline on a fire. The real danger is confusion. Grocery stores or restaurants often label it simply as mackerel, without specifying. Many people think they're eating a healthy choice, not realizing it's the dangerous king variety. That's why both the FDA and EPA explicitly warn seniors, children, and pregnant women, avoid king mackerel completely. It's on the do not eat list. Smaller species like Atlantic or Spanish mackerel are safe and nutritious, but king mackerel is best left off your plate forever. And finally, the worst of them all, farmed tilapia. Tilapia is cheap, widely available, and often marketed as healthy. But behind the scenes, it's one of the most nutritionally harmful fish you can eat. Tilapia are raised in crowded, unsanitary ponds, swimming in their own waste. To keep them alive, farms pump antibiotics, pesticides, and fungal agents into the water, chemicals that accumulate in the flesh, then in your body. Even worse is the feed. Cheap fillers like corn, soy, and sometimes even poultry waste. This creates one of the most unbalanced fat profiles in any food. An omega-3 ratio as bad as 11:1. Remember, the ideal is close to 2:1. That extreme imbalance drives inflammation, worsening arthritis, heart disease, diabetes, and even Alzheimer's. In fact, studies have shown tilapia raises inflammatory markers in the body more than bacon or hamburgers. Imagine thinking you're making a healthy choice, only to find it's fueling inflammation worse than fast food. On top of that, farmed tilapia has been found contaminated with dioxins, toxic industrial pollutants linked to cancer, immune suppression, and hormonal disruption. For seniors with slower detox systems, this is especially dangerous. And nutritionally, tilapia is poor. Low omega-3 south. Low beneficial nutrients. Essentially junk food fish. That's why experts call farmed tilapia the fast food of the sea. For seniors over 60, the verdict is clear. Avoid tilapia entirely. So, there you have it. Imported catfish, tuna, king mackerel, and farmed tilapia, the 4 worst fish for seniors. But don't despair, because not all fish are villains. In fact, the right fish are some of the most powerful healing foods you can eat after 60. Let's now turn to the 4 best fish. First, Pacific cod. This mild white fish is a nutritional powerhouse for seniors. A single serving provides about 40 grams of high-quality protein with less than 2 grams of fat and only 180 calories, ideal for combating age-related muscle loss, sarcopenia. Cod is also rich in selenium, a trace mineral that supports thyroid health, boosts immunity, and protects cells from oxidative stress. The rusting process of aging. Seniors with higher selenium levels have better cognitive function and lower disease rates. Cod also delivers phosphorus for bone health and vitamin B12 to prevent anemia and nerve problems. Most importantly, wild Pacific cod lives short lives in clean Alaskan waters, meaning low mercury and contaminants. Gentle baking or steaming keeps its nutrients intact. For seniors, cod is a safe, efficient protein that strengthens muscles and protects the brain. Second, sardines. Tiny, humble, often canned, but don't underestimate them. Sardines are one of the richest sources of omega-3 South, delivering more per serving than almost any other fish. Omega-3 South fight inflammation, ease arthritis pain, improve circulation, protect arteries, and preserve memory. Sardines are also one of the rare natural sources of vitamin D, crucial for seniors since skin becomes less efficient at producing it with age. Combine that with calcium and phosphorus from their edible bones, and sardines are perfect for bone strength because they feed on plankton at the bottom of the food chain. Sardines accumulate virtually no mercury, making them one of the cleanest, safest fish to eat regularly. They're also loaded with vitamin B12 to prevent fatigue and memory loss, plus complete protein to maintain muscle. Affordable, convenient, and versatile, sardines are a nutritional insurance policy for seniors. Third, wild Alaskan salmon. If there's one fish that deserves its reputation as a superfood, it's this one. Rich in EPA and DHA, salmon supports brain volume and memory performance, keeping seniors sharp well into their 70s and 80s. Omega-3 South also reduce inflammation, lower heart disease risk, and ease stiff joints. Salmon's vibrant pink color comes from astaxanthin, a rare antioxidant stronger than vitamin C or E, protecting skin, eyes, and immunity. It also delivers selenium, vitamin D, B12, and potassium. Crucially, wild Alaskan salmon is low in contaminants compared to farmed salmon, making it both safe and sustainable. For seniors, it's transformative, a food that truly nourishes body and mind. And finally, at number 1, rainbow trout. Does it take the crown? Because it combines all the benefits of other fish. Omega-3 South like salmon, safety like sardines, digestibility like cod. Rainbow trout raised in the U.S. are strictly regulated, raised in clean water with natural feed, making them low in toxins and safe for regular consumption. A serving provides around 1,000 milligrams of omega-3 South, perfect for heart health. It's also packed with potassium to manage blood pressure, phosphorus, and calcium for bones, iron to fight fatigue, zinc for immunity, and B vitamins for energy. Its mild flavor and tender texture make it easy to digest, ideal for seniors with sensitive stomachs. Versatile in cooking, it's hard to get bored of trout. There's one fish you could eat regularly to age stronger and healthier. Rainbow trout is the ultimate choice. So now, let's step back. On one side, catfish, tuna, king mackerel, tilapia, silent destroyers of health. On the other, cod, sardines, salmon, trout, powerful protectors of longevity. Which future will you choose? Remember, what you put on your plate today becomes the quality of your life tomorrow. Continue eating the wrong fish, and risks pile up. Stroke, memory loss, chronic pain, accelerated aging. Choose the right fish, and you're feeding your body medicine each week. Sharper memory, stronger heart, healthier joints, greater independence. And you don't need to change everything overnight. Start small. Swap one dangerous fish for one. Healing fish. Replace a tuna sandwich with sardines on toast. Replace tilapia with wild cod. Over time, these small changes build into a future where you feel stronger, clearer, and more alive. At HealthSphere360, we believe aging should not mean decline. With the right choices, your best years can still be ahead of you. If you found this helpful, hit the like button, share it with a friend who loves seafood, and subscribe to HealthSphere360 so you don't miss the powerful tips we have coming next. And now, I'd love to hear from you. What fish do you eat most often? After learning this today, will you change your dinner plans? Drop your answer in the comments. I read and reply to as many as I can. Here's to making smart, science-backed choices. Here's to living stronger, longer. This is Dr. Mark Hyman with HealthSphere360. See you in the next video.